I spent $19 at the thrift store this week, and I can't wait to show you what I got. Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie from The Farmhouse Mom. I upload Tuesday and Friday, and on Fridays I love to do an ongoing episode called Friday Finds. So I live in a town of under 1,000 people. I have 3 thrift stores that I love, and I go several times a week, find beautiful treasures, and then share them with you. I particularly love mid-century modern, but really anything that's made in America, that's quality, that I think could be useful in my home or given as a gift. And then occasionally I do sell some items on Poshmark. So let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my favorite item as always. Okay, so I always show the item and then I put the information up over here. I found this beautiful Gregorian copper, and it is in the shape of a rose. So pretty, and I got that for 25 cents. And I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I feel like I could definitely use this as perhaps the bottom of a potted plant, or really for any number of things. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna use this for, but this is my favorite. We're gonna go ahead and keep going with the metal. Something else that I found for 25 cents each are these sweet little mid-century little swans, geese. Is that a swan, I think? I don't know. I've been having quite a few menopausal moments, and so sometimes things that I absolutely know the word of just escapes me. So comment below if you are the same. But aren't those so sweet? Cute little, I love copper, I love brass, and these are so cute. And I also got this awesome fruit holder for 25 cents, and I saw that it was at Target for $25. I've already used it, and it's really got a mid-century look. Okay, something else that was pretty close to one of my favorites is this Wilton R-Metal, safe for cooking beverages. So it's made in the USA. It still had the tag on it. Isn't that so beautiful? I think I might put this in my bathroom. I'm not sure. I'm working on doing a what I thrifted and how I use it or how I styled it. So I'm gonna try to do one of those for you. But isn't that pretty? Okay, 2 other metal things that I got are these Wilton cake pans. So this is a 1994 Wilton, you probably can't see that, but 1994 Wilton for 25 cents. And then, I don't know if I said, but I got that pewter dish for $2. And then this is a 1984, look at the football helmets, how cute that is, for 25 cents. So cute, especially, you know, I have a house of 2 boys and a husband, so I feel like the boys would love if I made like little brownies or anything during football season with these little helmets. Okay, let's move on to the Tupperware. I generally always find Tupperware, and look at this huge, awesome Tupperware, and it comes with the little insert. And I looked this up, and it's a celery keeper. So I probably will not use it for celery, but I feel like it would be so awesome to use for breads. And even if you're not using it for food, I do try to do a lot of food storage in glass, but let's face it, sometimes you just need to use plastic for things. Even just as like holding art supplies or just anything. This is just such a really great piece for $2 for this Tupperware celery keeper. All right, something else that I found for 25 cents. You can see the background. You can see my laundry that I just hung on the reflection here, blowing in the wind. We're having such a windy spring, although every spring is pretty much windy. So I got this Otagiri, this little mallard duck, and then you can put your pen and you can put whatever else you want there. I guess you could probably put an iPhone there. But isn't that pretty? I got that for 25 cents. And then I got a little bit of Christmas. These are not vintage. This is just like dollar store, but look how cute these are for 25 cents each. I just feel like this would be so cute, even just to like incorporate in a gift that you're giving, or just to set, you know, just to set in the windowsill. They're just really pretty, really cute. You can put a little tea candle underneath it, and even though this is not made in America, they were so cute for 25 cents. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep going with the decor. And look how cute this is. So this is made in the USA, and I'm pretty sure this is the Homco. Homco, I'm assuming it's Homco, but they were the predecessors, I believe, of Home Interiors. Isn't that so cute? I'm gonna totally put that in my kitchen. So I'm gonna take a little pause here and I'm gonna show you how to use Google Lens and how to look up items and see what they are worth. So you may know how to use Google Lens. However, I've had several of my regular viewers ask, how do you find out what they are, how much they're worth? And so I'm gonna show you really quick how you do that. So get your iPhone, and then all you're gonna do is you're gonna open up your Google Chrome app. You're just going to push the little camera there. So there's like a little camera, and then you push that, and then it opens this up. What I would do is I'm gonna hold up my little thing here, and I'm gonna take the picture of it. And as I scroll up, this says a 1997 Home Interiors, and then this one says 1970s Homco. And so I try to match up the one that looks a little more similar. So you can see there's a picture of it. I'm gonna visit this eBay. And so this is a vintage 1970s Homco molded wall art deco cowl folk art plaque, set of 2. And they say it's $7. So that is how you look something up. You look up your Google Lens, and you can just be right there in the store, and you can just open up that Google, hit the little picture, and then you can look it up on that Google Lens and decide if it's something that you want to purchase. Okay, we're through with the decor, so let's go ahead and move on to the stoneware and to the dishes. So I got this vintage little apple tray for 25 cents. It's so cute and it's so heavy. It's really, really heavy. And there's so much crazing on it. I know that this is probably at least from the 80s. And it has that crazing in the glaze, which generally indicates quite a bit of age. So it's super heavy, super cute. I had a hard time finding what this is, but it says made in Italy on the back. And it's just a really beautiful, anytime I have anything white, it reflects on the camera and it makes it really difficult to see. So I'll hold it back here, but it's a really beautiful platter. And then look at this beautiful anchor hocking fleur de lis little canister. If you have been following along my Friday finds, you know that I have been overcome with canisters. I'm finding so many canisters. So I definitely am gonna have to do like a pantry reveal where I'll show you how I am using all of these canisters. But isn't that so pretty? So beautiful. And then I also got this made in the USA anchor hocking. And then this is not marked, but I do believe it's vintage just because of the shape of it. It's just very reminiscent of all the other vintage ones that I have. So these do not come with lids, but hey, that's what going thrifting is all about, matching up lids and things that you found. So those are really cute. Look at this beautiful little rainbow bowl. So this is Stylecraft Ironstone Oven Proof Korea. Isn't that so pretty? It's so beautiful. Again, I know it kind of reflects in the sunlight, but hopefully you can see it. So pretty. And this might be kind of boring, but this is a Corningware, super heavy Corningware, and it's for the microwave to brown things. Like so when you're heating your food up, it doesn't get like all soggy and then it's like super hard with breads. So I have one of these for myself, and I found another one for my sister, so I'm gonna give that to her. And that was 25 cents. And then look at these beautiful 1970s dishes. Are they so cute? This platter especially, and these were 25 cents each, this platter especially I thought was so beautiful. It would just be so beautiful for the fall. I just really, really loved it for 25 cents. And then I got this beautiful Corning La Marjolaine I'm not good with the pronunciation, but for $2, I got this beautiful casserole dish. It did not come with a lid, but I am super confident that I will be able to find a lid to match this up. But for $2, so cute. And then you know that I have my sourdough starter container is the same as this, and I have a couple of other dishes that are like this. So I'm slowly adding to this collection. It's really cute. And then I found this beautiful top of a oil lamp, and as I was looking, I thought I saw that it was Fostoria, but I could only find that on one site, so I'm not sure if that's what it is. But for 25 cents, this is quite a beautiful, it almost kind of looks like a little pineapple, quite a beautiful little replacement lid for an oil lamp, and I feel like it could be used just even on its own with a tea light. Really cute. Okay, and then I got these cute little juice glasses. So look how cloudy these are. I have tried soaking these in hot vinegar water and it does not clear it up. So do you have any tips or tricks on how to get the cloudiness of vintage glassware, how to get that cleaned up? I don't want to scrub too hard just because of the beautiful little etching on there. I don't want to scrub it all off or soak it with something caustic. So let me know what ideas you have that I can get rid of this cloudiness. But 25 cents each, they're so cute. And then look at these beautiful glasses. These little liqueur glasses with the little air bubble in it. I believe these are from Norway or Denmark. I cannot remember, but the information will be there, so pause it if you want to look at it. For 25 cents each, these hand blown. I don't think they're crystal, I think they're hand-blown glass. Aren't they so beautiful? They're so cute. This will be for a time when Eric and I don't have kids anymore. It's just him and me, and we can just have a little drink and a little celebration in the evening. So I'll hold on to these until then. And then I got this beautiful vintage glass. Isn't that so cute? And again, I cannot remember what this is, but wouldn't that be so beautiful? So you know that I've started making candles, and I'm gonna have a candle video for you soon, but wouldn't that be so beautiful for a candle? So generally when I'm looking for dishes for candles, I'm looking for something really, really thick and something that can handle a little bit of heat. So I feel like this for 25 cents would definitely work. And then if you've seen my videos before, you know that I already found 2 of these vintage glasses, and I found 3 more in the same color. So now I have a set of 5. And then I also found the lighter color. Isn't that so pretty? So I feel like these would be really pretty. So I have 5 of these. So I might just find a home for 4 of them and then just keep 1 to make a little candle as a little gift. I love these, they're very pretty. All right, I also found a birthday gift for my brother-in-law, Steve. He is a huge iced tea drinker. This actually might be my favorite thing that I got. I don't even know why, but it's just awesome. It's just a big 32-ounce iced tea cup, and I think this is 70s or 80s from the graphic, and it's just so cute. So happy birthday, Steve. I know you don't watch my videos, but this is what you're getting for your birthday, a big iced tea cup. And then I also got 4 coffee mugs. So again, if you watch my videos, I love Corelle, but I've been really collecting this Archipel from France. It's like Corelle, but it's like classier. It's it's like fancier, but isn't that so neat? So I got 3 of these mugs, which that does not stop me when I'm thrifting. If there's 3, if there's 5, I don't care. I'll buy it because I'm gonna be back and I'll be looking for more, and that's the thrill of the hunt. And so I almost love having things that I'm looking for. But I got 3 of these. Beautiful white, 3 great condition. And then I got this beautiful stoneware mug. This is not marked, but you can tell from the crazing that it's quite vintage, and it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And it's got just really comfortable. It's just comfortable hold and gorgeous. All right, so now for the dishes. So believe it or not, I love the brass and metal, and I love books, and I love a lot of things, but my favorite thing to thrift is dishes. I just love dishes. I love being in the kitchen. I love cooking. I love serving, and I love dishes. So I got this Luray pastel. I have been finding quite a few Luray dishes, almost to the point where I think I'm just gonna tuck them away and just start trying to collect them, because it's hard to find a big bunch of them, but I've been finding one or two here and there. So for 25 cents. And then of course, if you see a Crazy Daisy, somebody's always looking for Crazy Daisy. So I got this for 25 cents. And then I got 2 of this Rosemary pattern. And then I got 4 just plain, and all these were 25 cents. And then look at this little pattern. Isn't this pretty? It's such a pretty little pattern. And I got 4 of those. So cute. And then I just got 3 of the white ones, just the white dinner plates. But I love to give Corelle as a gift. So we had a thrifted Christmas last year, and I gave an entire set to my sister. And I know that probably some people are not like as thrilled about getting thrifted items or vintage items as I am. Like, I would rather sift through a junk pile. I just love searching for treasure. I just think it's so much fun. So I gave my sister those Corelle for Christmas, and she didn't seem too excited. And I was like, don't worry, if you don't like it, just, you know, I can just give it back. I can sell it or give it to someone or whatever. And she's like, no, we use it all the time. So it's really something I love to collect, and I love to give it as gifts because it does not take up any space. And I've given it to both of my nieces. You can beat it up, and you know, it takes a lot of abuse. So when I see Corelle, I grab it. Okay, and then I got some books. So we're just gonna go through these really quick. So I got this Audubon Society field guide. My sister loves birds, and so I'm gonna give this to her and see if she just likes to look through it, and then after she's done reading it, we can donate it back. I just really started to collect books lately because the internet is great, but I just think we should have some books because we need something that we can reference and information that cannot be tampered or changed. So I just think it's always really good to have some books around to pick up and look at. And I just think we need more books. So I got that for her. And then I got all of these quilting books. So let me show you this one, American Quilting and Patchwork for 25 cents. And it had somebody's memories in it. This is Anna Lee. I don't know who Anna Lee is, but we had some clippings, and just somebody gave this to somebody. Merry Christmas, Aunt Mary Lee, Happy New Year. So this was thoughtfully given as a gift to somebody in 1974, the year before I was born. So this is just full, oops, I'll lose all that. So this is just full of every quilt that you've ever wanted to know about, and I am so excited to look through this. And eventually I would like to start quilting. My grandmother quilted, we called our nanny, so my nanny quilted. I unfortunately do not have any quilts from her, but I have her in my memory, and I think I'm gonna start quilting soon. I also got this vintage Christmas Carol book, and I got these watercolor books. So they were $5.95, the Ben Franklin. Do you remember the Ben Franklin? I remember the Ben Franklin. But they just have all these pictures in here. So a lot of times what I will do is get these books and then cut the pictures out and put them in a frame. Wouldn't that be pretty to put in a frame? So anytime I see anything like that, I always grab it. I got this awesome 1960s quilting book. I don't know if this has the date on it, but you can definitely tell from the graphics and from the pictures inside, if you can see, if I'm not blinding you too much, that this is definitely a 1960s look. Same for this quilting book. I got a couple of cross stitch, and I saved this for last. So I saw all these beautiful pets And I thought, oh yes, because I do cross stitch in the wintertime. So I'm like, this will be perfect. I would love it. And something that was very special to me, I opened it up and it said Mountaineer Bookshops, Branson, Missouri. So that is where I lived when I was a little kid. When my dad was still alive before we moved to California, we lived in Forsyth behind the Ozarks Mountaineer Bookshop. And when I opened that and saw the Mountaineer Bookshop, just all of the beautiful memories that I had came back. I remember Clay, who owned it and passed from cancer quite a few years ago, and Barbara, who took it over as editor. And that's where we would stand for the bus stop. So we would walk up the hill from our place and we would stand by the road, by the Ozarks Mountaineer, and we would catch the bus. And it just was a real surprise when I opened it. And so I thought, this person bought this at the Ozarks Mountaineer and now I have it. So anyway, that might be silly, but it was just kind of an unexpected happy memory. So I feel like I had a little bit of a smaller thrift haul today, but as you know, I thrift all the time. And so I do try to be intentional of, will I use this or will I be able to find a home for it? And a lot of things I will actually use, and then when I get tired of them, I will just donate them back. So it just kind of satisfies that thrill of being able to get something new and exciting and use it and change things around a little bit in the house. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you Tuesday. I hope you have a great weekend.